This article is not going to be a technical dive into how video drives more traffic. As a content company, we here at WordsRWeapons pay more attention to why something works than how. While understanding how a process like SEO works can be incredibly important for fixing and maintaining the process so that it keeps working, there is little reason to start a process if you don't know why you should. And if you want more traffic, you need to start adding more video content. It's simply the easiest way to maximize your results. A quick search online reveals why SEO experts everywhere agree, video is a powerful way to drive more traffic to your website. This isn't controversial. Heck, it has been common knowledge that video is an incredibly powerful marketing tool since people started buying TVs. Which is why a casual Google search reveals tons of resources explaining how to SEO optimize to drive more traffic to your site. The stats behind the difference between posting content with and without video leave no doubts about the effect of having a video posted with your content. But the question remains: why does video act as a turbo boost that article content alone simply cannot provide? And the answer to that begins by understanding how Google makes money. Google does not make money providing services. Given how many free tools and services Google does provide, you would be forgiven for believing that owners of G Suite, Google Drive, Gmail, Stadia Gaming, Google Fi cell phone numbers makes most of their money by providing these services. But they don't. Not really. The truth is that Google doesn't make any money by providing these services, because most of these services are free. So as a company, their goal isn't to provide the best versions of these services that they can find. No, their goal is to be a marketplace, where business is conducted. The users of their services aren't their customers. The users of the services are the product. Just like a mall, Google provides services to gather customers for other businesses to compete for. The services are the bait, and the platform is the mall, where businesses pay money to compete for the customers Google has gathered together. This is important, because it frames how Google is going to examine success, which ties directly into why you need more video content. For Google, when people use the services, success is user satisfaction with the results from the search data provided. That is why they began in search and then expanded out to other arenas. When people use Google to find what they are looking for, they use it again and again. And since it's free for them to use, there is nothing stopping them from relying on the results that Google gets them. Even when there are alternatives, like Yahoo, Bing, DuckDuckGo, etc. At the end of the day, Google really cares about providing accurate results for as many people as possible, because the more people using the platform, the more businesses like yours will want to get in front of those users. Which is why every Google service is designed to get people to use it as much as possible. The more people coming back, the more business owners will want to advertise to the people on the platform. This is why they launched Google Drive, and YouTube, and an analytics tool. Because this creates more specific ways people will use the platform so that businesses can spend money interacting with them. If Google is a mall, the services are their location, the quality of the food court and store space, the parking lot, and the lounge areas where parents can let their children play safely. Because the customer is the one paying rent for access to all of those people coming to visit the mall itself. The customer is the business owner, but to serve the business owner, they have to have as many potential customers as possible. Which is to say, Google makes more money when people are happy with what they find. After all, they can't attract businesses without having lots of clients for them to compete for. And they want more clients than any one business can take on, because that drives up the price as businesses compete within the Google marketplace. The more people that are happy with Google's results, the more businesses like yours will keep fighting for that huge list of targeted leads in the form of pay-per-click ads, etc. And the more people become unhappy with the results they get from a Google or YouTube search, the more often they are to look on alternatives like Yahoo, Bing, DuckDuckGo, etc. And if that seems complicated, here's the simplified version for you. More users for Google services equals more competition for leads equals higher profits from their customers equals less competition possible because they have more supply. Fewer users for Google services equals less competition for leads equals lower profits from their customers equals more competition possible because they have less supply. Google wins the more often they can reliably keep their users happy, because that's the easiest way to eliminate competition and raise their prices. Yeah, that's great for Google all, but what does this have to do with you needing more video? Absolutely everything, as you're about to find out. Your business wins when you help Google provide high-quality results. It should come as a surprise to absolutely no one that it's a good idea to get on Google's good side. Besides the fact that a Google slap can all but kill organic traffic to your site, as Zig Ziglar put it. You can have everything in life you want, if you will just help other people get what they want. Zig Ziglar and what Google wants is pretty simple, they want more people using their platform. And one piece of their platform in particular deals specifically with video. YouTube. This is a rather well-known technique called Google stacking, that you can read about here, but the brief explanation is that the unspoken rule is that you get more of a bump from Google when you use their domains. But there is another reason this works as well. Google only has one way for measuring how happy a user is with their results. And that is how that user behaves or interacts with the page. Where they click, how long they stay on, where they scroll, and every other little interaction between their device and the content on the screen. That's why it's so difficult to break down Google's algorithm. It's because this pattern it measures over time just gets better at making more precise predictions based on an individual's preferences in the past and the potential preference in the future. The trick isn't predicting this for a person but rather in understanding which of the patterns that matter most to sell your product or service is going to have the most appeal for the most amount of people that you serve. Or to put it another way, Google cares a lot more about how people interact with your content than the words you use. Sure, having the right words is important, but if people aren't engaging with your content, Google will notice in the way that they behave differently from people who are happy with their search results. Such as sharing that content within their local networks, or spending more time on a page watching a video. This is why backlinks are so important. It's a sign to Google that your content is being shared and referenced online. It's a sign that someone, somewhere has found it useful to link to your content. And that right there is the whole bag of marbles. Google rewards you when people spend time watching and sharing links to your content, so, without even having to go into why video is easier to measure as a form of engagement, the fact is that the more reasons you give visitors to spend time with your links, the more engagement a single page has. That is why pages with content and videos are 157% more effective at driving traffic. Just having a video gives them more backlinks, something easy to share, that gives you another Google URL to stack as a part of your SEO strategy. Of course, it helps if the content is interesting in the first place. It is possible to put up content that is worse than having nothing up at all, but those are extreme cases. For most, adding a video to your blog or article is a dynamite way to increase the effectiveness of your content strategy. Even a simple video taken with a cell phone will be watchable enough for some portion of the internet world to engage with that over reading a keyword-laden piece. In most cases, something is better than nothing, but interesting content will always get you the best results.